Last night, I got the other strut on the car, and if it wasn't for my wife helping me, there's no way I could have done it by myself. And I thought that was odd too. It's like in the past when I work on cars, I don't usually need help. I can usually do everything. But putting a strut on the back of your car is basically impossible. The only way I can figure it out, because later on I was thinking like, come on, there's got to be a way. Like, what if it was the end of the world and and my vehicle, the shock was blown and I need to fix this? I would never be able to get a fix because I'm by myself and I need two people. And let me explain. There's no way of reaching around in the trunk and putting the nuts on the bolts. There's no way of doing that. Okay, so that's out of the question. But the only way I could figure out how to do it, and I'm not sure if it worked, but I think I can, is that you attach the bolt on the bottom of the strut, then use a jack to put underneath the knuckle, the capillary, and jack it up slowly so the strut would go up inside the holes. Then you can climb in the trunk and put the nuts on. That's the only way, and I'm not sure if that would even work. But it was a bitch to get on. Andrew helped me with the last one, and this time I tried to get my son Maverick to help me, and he comes up with all sorts of excuses. But anyway, I convinced Chelsea to help me, and she climbed in the trunk while I pushed that up in there, and she put them on there. She put the nuts on there. So I was, very thankful because I want to get the car done. Eventually, the car is going to be Chelsea's anyway. So, what's disappointing though? I Googled in Amazon the struts. I paid $150 without tax. So I think it was like 162 or something like that for each one of them. So I spent over 300, and on Amazon they had it for 118. The whole strut for 118. Why do I do that to myself? Time and time again, I have bought things and I could have, I bought the part the next day, here in town. They ordered it. And Amazon, it would have taken, I don't know, up to 5 days to get it. But still, I would have saved a lot of money. And why did I not Google it? I've got to remember that. Always check online for parts, especially car parts. Anyway, the car's not making any more squeaking sounds at all. Well, I figured out exactly what it was. Two things: the strut on the back on the right side, and the brake pad, the springs on the brake pad, because I could move it and it would squeak. So that was the sound. So after I put this silicone waterproof lubricant on it, and I lubricated everything underneath there, it was gone. Drove around and it's wonderful. And now with both shocks, I'm not feeling everything like I was. Oh, that was so embarrassing. Imagine driving around and people were looking at my car. I think people do that. If your car's got a hole in the muffler, people are going to be looking at your car because it's so loud. So it's the same thing with squealing and clunking sounds. People were looking and it was embarrassing. I'm going but as long as nobody's in the back, the car was driving fine. So that's how it got past me when we test drived it, because it was just me and Chelsea, and then later on for that first month it was just the little kids, Peyton and Carrie, and so didn't hear nothing. The last thing I'm even thinking about, I better check the shocks on all the cars I'm test driving. I never thought about that. So anyway, then when Andrew and Sarah got in the back, there was enough weight that it made all the sounds, and then I'm going oh God, I have got to get that replaced quickly. And then my mom, we finally went up there and saw my mom, and we drove her to Walmart and stuff, and she heard the noise too. She loved the car and all that, and then she hears that, and I'm going oh man, ugh. It doesn't make car look good when it's making sounds, even if it looks good and runs good. If it's making sounds, it can make the car look like shit. But anyway, it's fixed now. No sounds. Happy. And thank you, Andrew and Chelsea, for helping me out. I really appreciate it. All right, you guys have a good one. Take care, and God bless.